Hi everyone! Today we will present our discussion about world literature across time in Harrison Bergeron. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Nurmayanti and my friend Sabrina Khairunnisa. In this discussion, we will explain biography of the author, Harrison Bergeron, synopsis of Harrison Bergeron, and the last the issue how to read literature across time. Biography of Kurt Vonnegut. Kurt Vonnegut was born in Indianapolis, Indiana on November 11, 1922. Kurt Vonnegut is considered one of the most influential American novelists of the 20th century. He blended literature with science fiction and humor, the absurd with pointed social commentary. Kurt Vonnegut is an American writer known for his wryly satirical novel, who frequently used postmodern techniques as well as elements of fantasy and science fiction to highlight the horror and irony of 20th century civilization. Much of Vonnegut's work is marked by an essentially fatalistic worldview that nonetheless embraces modern humanist belief. He was studying at the Cornell University from 1940 to 1942. Vonnegut wrote for his high school newspaper, and he continued the activity at Cornell University in New York. Kurt Vonnegut enlisted in the U.S. Air Force. He was captured by the War II, and he was one of the survivors of the firebombing of Dresden, Germany in February 1945. In early 1950s, Vonnegut began publishing short stories. Many of them were concerned with the technology and the future, which led some critics to classify Vonnegut as a science fiction writer, though he resisted the label. Vonnegut was elected a member of American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 1973. Kurt Vonnegut died on April 11, 2007 at the age of 84 as a result of head injury sustained in fall at his home in New York a few weeks before. In 2010, the Kurt Vonnegut Memorial Library opened in Indianapolis. In addition to promoting the organization served as a cultural and educational resource center, including a museum, an art gallery, and reading room. Kurt Vonnegut's works: Player Piano, The Siren of Titan, Mother Night, Cat's Cradle, God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater, or Pearls Before Swine, Slaughterhouse 5, or The Children's Crusade, A Duty Dance with Death, Happy Birthday Wanda June, and This Is Drama, Breakfast of Champions, or Goodbye Blue Monday, Slapsticks, or Lonesome No More, and the last Time Quake. Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut is a dystopian story. This plot is based on culture whose effort to create a perfect future has gone badly wrong. Vonnegut wrote the story in the mid of Cold War in 1961 and the start of the anti-establishment era of the 1960s. Synopsis of Harrison Bergeron. The story, set in the year of 2081, focused on the Constitution of America and gone through the 211, 212, and 230 amendments. Under these amendments, it stated that all the American nationals are equal, and hence they may not be smarter, more physically able than others, and better looking. There are handicapped generals, agents who are responsible to enforce the laws of equality. The judges must wear horrible masks or disfigure themselves. The intellectual must listen to ear-splitting sounds that impair their opportunity to learn, and the graceful and powerful must wear weights around their neck at all hours of the day. The emphasis on absolute equity pervades people who begin to fool themselves or conceal their unique qualities. The story starts when Harrison Bergeron, a 14-year-old boy who had been separated from his parents by the government. His offense was that he was an intellectual, skilled, strong, good-looking guy. His parents, George and Hazel Bergeron, are barely aware of this incident because Hazel has an ordinary intelligence. However, George presents an over-average intellect, but the government has installed a handicap radio to monitor his ability.
As Hazel and George watch ballet on television, they are commenting on dancers who are hiding their attractiveness by mask. During this time, George's thoughts are constantly disturbed by a handicapped radio. So, Hazel advises George to lay down and rest his handicapped bag, which weighed more than 47 pounds and is locked around his neck. Hazel asks George to take the weight off the bag, but George doesn't want it because he thinks it's immoral. The news reporter struggled during news reporting, and hence she asks Ballerina to read the bulletin for her. Ballerina wears the heaviest weight and hides her beauty under mask. When she reads, they find her to have an exquisite voice. She then apologizes and switches to an unpleasant voice. Throughout the news, they reported that Harrison had escaped from jail. It's revealing his image on TV. He is a 7-foot tall man and he weighed 300 pounds in handicaps. Charles watched the television, and for a moment he remembered his son, but then his feelings are removed by radio. Harrison was going to find a way for himself so he went to the news studio to topple the regime. He claims to be the emperor, and Ballerina is his empress. He's getting off his handicaps and Ballerina. Harrison has been gaining charts for a little while. He requests the musician to play the music they were dancing to, and then pauses for a kiss in the middle of the air. The handicapped general is caught storming in the studio and murdering both Harrison and Ballerina. Television is going black. Charles doesn't know what happened on TV because as he arrives, he sees that Hazel is sad and sobbing. Charles finds out the reason, and she said something terrible had happened on TV, and she was crying but she couldn't recall what had happened. The issue based on read word literature across time. Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut is a dystopian novel, which means there is a fiction focused on futuristic but degraded or fractured world. The issue based on reading literature across time because the story is set in the year 2081, whereas the story was published in 1961 in the middle of the Cold War. The story has inspired the future of science fiction. The story starts in 2081, a time when the government of the United States has finally established equality for all its citizens. This concept seems noble but has actually caused complete chaos. Instead of finding a way to improve the intelligence or strength of weaker member of society, the government handicaps the stronger member. Although the storyline that took place in the year 2081, 120 years since it was written, there is a noticeable shortage of modern technologies. It just discussed TV, radio, and a shotgun. All the stuff that the 1961 readers were acquainted with. So these are some references of information that we got. So that's all from our explanation. Sorry if we have any mistake when we explain the materials, and thank you for watching our videos and have a nice day.